It's near dawn on that Sunday morning when Mary Magdalene and the other women make their way towards the garden tomb. Out of love, they come bearing spices to anoint the body of their beloved Savior. Their hearts are heavy with grief. Their eyes are dimmed by tears in the early light. They continue moving towards the tomb where his body lay. Their minds are flooded with questions. Will the soldiers turn them away? How will they move the stone? Yet they move ever closer to the tomb. And then, when they arrive, the truth is unveiled before their eyes.
Doors were barred and all the windows fastened down. I spent the night in sleeplessness and rose at every sound, half in hopeless sorrow and half in fear the day would find the soldiers breaking through to drag us all away. Just before the sunrise, I heard something at the wall. The gate began to rattle and a voice began to call. I hurried to the window, looked down into the street, expecting swords and torches and the sound of soldiers' feet. But there was no one there but Mary, so I went down to let her in. John stood there beside me as she told me where she'd been. She said they might have moved him in the night, but none of us knows where. The stone's been rolled away, and now his body isn't there. We both ran toward the garden, and John ran on ahead. We found the stone in the empty tomb, just the way that Mary said. But the winding sheet they wrapped him in was just an empty shell, and how or where they'd taken him was more than I could tell. Well, something strange had happened there, just what I didn't know. John believed a miracle, but I just turned to go. Circumstance and speculation couldn't lift me very high, 'cause I'd seen them crucify him. Then I saw him die. Back inside the house again, the guilt and anguish came. Everything I'd promised him just added to my shame. When at last it came to choices, I denied I knew his name. And even if he was alive, it wouldn't be